Hello and welcome to your class of economics. Now today we are going to study about a new topic, that is investment, and in this we will study about it component and concept. So earlier we have studied about the consumption expenditure. Now today we are going to study about the investment. What is investment and what is called investment expenditure and all. Okay, so let's begin. So what is investment? Investment refers to the increase in stock of capital. Okay. So I is equal to delta K. Here I is equal to investment. P is equal to capital. Delta K is equal to change in capital stock. During an year. So investment is referred to increasing capital, stock of capital, and I is equal to delta K. That I is represented as investment, K as an capital, and delta K means change in capital stock during an accounting year. This is known as delta K. So investment is also defined as capital formation. Capital formation. And this capital formation can be also said as change in stock of capital. It is called capital formation. So investment can be defined as capital formation, and this capital formation can be also said as its definition is change in stock of capital. This from here to here. Now we see the definition of investment. Okay. So investment refers to the change in stock of capital or the process that increases the capital stock. That is called investment. So we will see the two components of investment. Okay. Two components of investments are: first one, fixed investment. Second, inventory investments. So in the component of investment, we'll see the two type of investments, two type of components, like that is fixed investment and inventory investments. So we'll see one by one what is fixed and what is inventory investments. So fixed investment. Fixed investments are those investments or investment that increases the fixed stock of fixed assets like plant and machinery of the producers during an okay, fixed. What is fixed investments? Here is the definition. You can see investment that increases the stock of fixed asset, like whatever the fixed assets are there, okay, that has to be increased. Okay, in that case, it will be called as fixed investments. So, stock of fixed investments like plant and machineries of the producers during an accounting year. So, during an accounting year, if the producers are increasing their fixed stock or assets, okay, means fixed assets, if they are increasing, in that case it will be called as fixed investment. So fixed investment is also called as So fixed investment is also known as fixed capital formation, and this capital formation means change in stock, increase in stock of capital in form of fixed asset. Or you can say capital goods. So again I will explain you the definition and this. Like fixed investment is the investment that increases the stock of fixed asset like plant and machinery, or you can say that is the plant and machineries of the producers during an accounting year. Now, fixed investment is also known as fixed capital formation, and this capital formation means increase in stock of capital in the forms of fixed asset of the, or you can say capital goods, fixed assets, or you can say the capital goods. Now we will see the significance. Okay, significance of fixed investments. First one, increases the capacity of production of the producer. So first one, that increases the capacity of production of producers, and that leads to higher level of output. So when the production is high, that will lead to high level of output, means output will be also more. Then third, that is So the significance of the fixed investments are: first one, increase in the capacity of production of the producers, means when there will be more capacity of the production, they will be producing more, or increases the capacity of, if you are increasing the fixed investment in the fixed assets, okay, so what will happen, your production capacity will rise, and that will lead to higher level of output. Means if you are producing huge amount, then the output will be more, or that will increase, okay, and if that output is increasing more and more, then that will lead to high rate of economic growth, or that is mainly known as GDP growth. So when you are producing more, that will lead to economic growth, and that economic growth means GDP growth. Now we talk about the inventory stock. So what is inventory stock? Inventory stocks are those stocks which are used in the process of production. Okay, for if you are producing any good, that goods are some materials are required, something are required, many things are required in the process of production. So those things producer invest on that products, so that to get the raw material or different thing in the process of production. So that thing is called as inventory stocks. So we will see what comes under the inventory stock. First one, finished goods. That is unsold. Second, semi-finished goods. Third, okay. So, finished goods, that is unsold, okay, that is not given in the market for selling, okay, that is still, that has been produced with recently, and that is still with the producer only. So it is finished goods, that means it is unsold, okay. Now second thing, semi-finished goods. Semi-finished good means still they are under the process of production, still some work are left on them to be completed. Then raw materials, by which with the help of which the finished goods or goods are being made, okay. So these things, if you add these things, finished goods plus semi-finished goods plus raw material, this will give you inventory stock or inventory investment, okay. So if you add these three, the cost of or the total of inventory investment will come. So now we talk about the significance of inventory stocks. So in this, two terms are associated. First we will discuss about the significance of raw material, and then we will discuss the significance of finished products or finished goods. So what are the significance of raw material? So first, if producers are having sufficient raw material, then there will be uninterrupted supply of input to the producers for the production. Can avoid So here we are going to study the two significance of raw material or inventory stock, under which two terms are associated. First one is raw material and second one is finished goods. So if we study about the significance of raw material, what are the importance of raw material, then we will find uninterrupted supply of input to the producers, so that producers can continuously do their, or they can only think about the process of production. Okay, so there will be continuous supply of goods, so they will be continuously busy in the process of production. Okay, now second point, if we talk about, that is, can avoid day-to-day purchase of raw material from the market. So if you are having a less amount of raw material with you, what will happen? You need to go next day, again you have to go in the market, again next day, for next day again you have to go in the market and purchase the raw material. So if you are purchasing in a bulk quantity or sufficient amount of raw material with you, you need not to go daily in the market to purchase these goods, okay, for the process of production. So you can avoid that thing, and you can keep your time and save your time and money with this. Okay, now we talk about the finished goods. So what is the significance of finished good? There is only one significance of it. Okay. Okay, so finished goods, there is only one significance, that is to meet the potential demand of their product, or you can say the future demand. Suppose if their future demand arises in their product, then in that case, stock that finished goods which are unsold or that is being stocked by the producers, that can meet those future demands. Okay, now we'll see one more topic under this inventory investment, that is desired inventory stock and undesired inventory stock. In desired inventory stock, you can say stock of good that is maintained by the producers, or so desired inventory stock can be said as the stock of goods that is maintained by the producers, or you can say planned stock, that is known as desired inventory stock. Means desired, that is desired by the producers to meet the future demand, or you can say that is planned inventory, that is planned inventory stock. Okay, so second, undesired inventory stock means that is okay, undesired inventory stock, that is unplanned stock of goods, or you can say it arises due to demand of good turn out to be lower than expected. So if demand of a good, any good, turn out to be low, the amount which was going to be sold in the market, suppose 1000 unit was going to be sold, like suppose demand was there 1000 unit, and suddenly that demand comes down and only 500 units were sold, so that left 500 unit will be undesired. Okay, and that will be undesired, and that these undesired inventory stock always leads to losses. Okay, this is all for today. We'll meet up in the next class. Till then, thank you.